So look, on the Mbappe stuff, the outlets that have been reporting about Liverpool's interest in Kylian Mbappe they're pretty well established outlets. Like, you can go back as far as L'Equipe, who have been speaking about Liverpool's long-standing interest in Kylian Mbappe. So today, though, it's AS, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, are a Spanish publication. They say Liverpool have reportedly reactivated their interest in Kylian Mbappe. The report goes on to say that Real Madrid will have to offer around €100 million as a signing bonus, since Mbappe already has more important offers on the table. I think that must be a translation thing. The report goes on to claim that Mbappe's wage demands and the fact that he wants to operate on the left wing, a position currently occupied by Vinicius Jr., are also problems. Now, I dare say that could be an issue at Liverpool as well. Like, I still think the only way Mbappe even possibly ends up at Liverpool is if Mo doesn't extend or if Liverpool look to sell. But can I see a situation where that happens, Mo leaves, Mbappe comes in, and then gets pushed to the left? Yeah, I think I can see that. I think I could imagine Lucho moving across to the right. I don't think it's the most ridiculous idea in the world that if somebody like Mbappe came in, that we see a player move. Again, we've seen it before with Sadio Mane. When the great man himself, when Mohamed Salah came to the club, you know, Salah took that right-hand position and Sadio was shifted across onto the left. And now, after Sadio's time at Liverpool, we think back on him and we think of him as this really good left-sided attacker. So it's not unusual that it happens. So again, I know people keep saying Mbappe will never play for us. Like, I'm not an idiot. I understand it. But he has to play for somebody. And again, 6 years Liverpool have been in contact with Mbappe and his family. 6 years Liverpool have kept that channel open. And if Real Madrid ain't going to pay it, and let's say there's an example, they said Kylian Mbappe wants €100 million signing on bonus. Okay? So let's say we sold Salah for €100 million. There's the signing on bonus. Salah makes £1 million a week. That's been reported by Rami Abbas. So is it such a stretch to think that Mbappe couldn't get £1.5 million if you have Nike involved and image rights and other commercial partnerships, or maybe a small cut of shirt sales or something? I think it probably is possible. I think it probably is achievable. But as I said yesterday, would I be putting money on Mbappe joining Liverpool at the moment? No. But I also wouldn't put money on a guarantee that he 100% doesn't. So it's all up in the air, because there's a lot of stuff at Liverpool at the moment that's up in the air. Namely, what happens with Mohamed Salah after this season? Do Liverpool sell? Do we renegotiate and give him a new deal? Or do we let him run down his contract? And until we know the answer to that very big elephant in the room, the rest of it's all just going to be subjectivity and guesswork. I think with Mbappe, it's going to be now or never with him coming over in the summer transfer. If Salah wants to roll out, that will be the time to pull the trigger. And that's my point. That's always been my point. Like, we've all said for so long that the idea of somebody coming in to replace Mohamed Salah and replicate Mohamed Salah's output is slim to none. But, very big but, Kylian Mbappe could replicate Mohamed Salah's numbers. He absolutely could. And I think you'd all agree to that. So it just comes down to two things. Is it the right timing? And will Liverpool commit that much money? And I don't have definitive answers to either of those questions. I do agree with what our friend there just said. If ever there was a time, if ever there was a possibility, it's now. Signing Mbappe would be a good business deal, said Colin Brooks. I think so. I think it would. Like, he's in his prime. He's coming right into his best years now. Well, every player's different, but in the grand scheme of things, this is considered the time where he'd be coming into his prime. And there's no transfer fee. So sometimes in these things, it's all about timing. And let's wait and see. Is Mbappe a Nike endorsed player? Yes. And again, I said this yesterday. And it has happened before, so I'm not saying these things don't happen. But if you're Nike, do you want to see Kylian Mbappe running around in a white Adidas Real Madrid strip? Well, ideally, no. You'd rather see him in a Nike branded kit. So, again, we're a Nike branded club. So, It doesn't take the biggest leap in the world to make that connection. We missed out on Jude, can't miss out on Mbappe, said Colin. Look, if Real want Mbappe, we're probably not going to get Mbappe. I think, most of us agree with that. But they look like they're looking in a different direction. And they've got Endrick still to come in. That deal's agreed, paid for. They've got Bellingham. They've just given Rodrigo a new deal. There's Vinny Jr. They've got Camavinga, Tchouameni. They're rebuilding a young team. And I don't know if Mbappe's part of that. If they can afford Mbappe, or if they've looked at it and gone, well, we can put all our eggs in the Mbappe basket, or we can bring in two fullbacks. And I've got a really, really strong feeling they're going to make a play for Musiala, Jamal Musiala. I've got a feeling that they're going to try and make that midfield Camavinga, Bellingham, Musiala. Which, if you think about it, is a pretty damn scary midfield rebuild if they can do that. Do you think Mbappe suits our dressing room? It's impossible to know, Libby, because, have I seen the rumours about him being a destabilising factor? Yeah, of course I have. Have you seen the diva talk yet? But you know what? I heard negative stuff about Daniel Sturridge before he came to Liverpool as well, and Daniel Sturridge was one of the most charming, friendly, supportive of younger players, very, very good lads, and it was completely at odds with the vision that I'd heard beforehand. Look, I want Mbappe, but I wouldn't sell Salah for him. Here's why you hate me. I would. And I'm going to say again what I don't think other people will come above and say. But I think deep down a lot of people agree with me. And you can talk as much as you want about Mo having another 2 or 3 years. But we also all agree that in 2 or 3 years it's bye-bye Mo, no money for Liverpool, and we're still left with the same problem of finding a replacement. So nobody disagrees of the calibre of the man we have and the numbers that he's done. But if we take off our emotional hats for a minute and look at it from a business and a sporting perspective, and you look at Kylian Mbappe as a 25, 26-year-old in their prime, who Liverpool could bring in, albeit not on a free, because there'll be a signing bonus. You've got somebody there who, if he wanted to move at 28, 29, you could still command a pretty damn big fee for. If it didn't work out after a year or two, you could still command a lot of money for. And if it did work out, and if he stays at the club and he falls in love with Anfield and everything is great, you've got a player who has 5, 6, 7 years left at the top. And that's for me where great managers do their thing. That's for me where a great manager or a leader at the top of a club says, we've got to draw this line. It might be unpalatable. It might not be what we all want initially, but somebody has to think longer term and somebody has to think rationally. And if we think rationally, I think the argument of a 25, 26-year-old potential Ballon d'Or winner on a free transfer for, yes, big money, but we can afford it, versus somebody who we love and is doing it and has continued to do it, but has an expiry date. It doesn't sound sexy and it's a tough thing to say. I think it's the right business decision. That's my take on it.